In this video, I reflect on my decision to buy a Rivian electric vehicle, while also answering the question, do I regret my Rivian decision? We're gonna cover pros, we're gonna cover cons. I just crested over a year ownership of my truck, just over 12,000 miles. So let's talk about things I like, things I don't like, and answer the ultimate question of, do I regret my Rivian decision? So talking about pros, where I want to start with this is driving the Rivian R1T. I am just over 12,000 miles and driving this vehicle is absolutely fantastic. The drive modes, all the different drive modes that are in this truck, they do make a difference. You can feel the difference from sport mode to all purpose. Obviously more than just the suspension raising and lowering, you can feel things stiffen up. The regenerative braking, the drive modes are great and they definitely make a difference experience when driving the vehicle. Overall, I have so much fun every time I'm in this truck, when I'm driving around either for chores or groceries or long hauls on the highway. It's great and I enjoy it every time, and I think that is my first pro for owning the Rivian R1T. So besides the driving, another main point I always talk to people about when they ask me, do I still like my truck? I explain to them the evolution of this vehicle. So most vehicles that you buy, you scour the earth for as many of the options that you're looking for in the vehicle. You'll probably not get everything you want, or unless you custom order and then you're waiting, and then you get your vehicle and then it's set in stone. With the Rivian, since I've gotten in 1 year's time, if we talk just about the modes that have been added, they've added snow mode, pet mode, camp mode, Neil mode. I'm sure I'm missing one, but all of those things were evolutions of the vehicle that got upgraded through Wi-Fi just to make the experience and the ownership that much better. I mean, that's insanity. This truck is constantly evolving because the community speaks to the company, and then the company makes a solution that fits what we need as a Rivian owners. That's really incredible to me, and I absolutely love that part of owning this vehicle. The third and final pro I want to cover for the Rivian decision is the look. If I could define the look of the Rivian in one phrase, it would be head turner. There are so many times I'm either going down the road or pulling into somewhere into a parking lot, and I get the glance, and then I get what the glance. What is that? That is the strangest thing I've ever seen. So to me, the head turning of this vehicle, I personally love the look. I think when I ask people about it, I either get, that's crazy cool looking, or that's interesting, which means that usually people hate it, right? So unless you're rude, you'll just say that's the most hideous thing you've ever seen. But normally I get interesting or amazing. Really, there's no gray area. I love the uniqueness. I love things that don't look like other things. I think the front end of this truck is amazing. The lights, you cannot deny when a Rivian's coming at you because they just look so unique. Absolutely love that. I love that it's a little bit smaller. I love the simplicity of the inside, but it's still elegant. I love all the compartments, the storage, all the little pockets of things that are very unique about this truck, even the little pocket under the seat to hold your license or registration or whatever you put under there. It's a very unique truck. It's unlike anything else on the road, and that is really what I love most about it, because it is such a head turner and it is its own little unique weird spaceship, and I couldn't love it anymore. Okay, let's be honest and let's get into some cons. First major con, I've talked about this con quite a bit in the past. This is a con kind of for many EVs, probably except for Teslas, is the charging network. The immaturity of the charging network really in the United States is still super mature. It still can cause issues, but Tesla obviously has a super mature network, and most of the ability to take long trips through the Tesla network is very simplistic and it's very easy and you don't have to worry about a lot. If you're outside of that Tesla network, it is still very mature and can be a bit spotty, broken, you name it. There's horror stories all over the place, but you also can have very convenient and no issue process through the charging network. Now that's all evolving right now. If everything gets under one umbrella, like it seems like it's going in the US, that will majorly evolve the maturity network that's available for people like Rivian. And if we're all under one giant umbrella for a charging network over the US, that's going to change very quickly. So the charging network may not be as much of a problem. But right now, if you have to worry about charging when your daily commute, once again, I probably would not get an EV at this point, but that could be changing very quickly because of all the things that are evolving.
But right now, charging is still a con. I do almost all of my charging at home because of my daily and weekly commutes, so I don't really worry about it as much, but there are still some issues in places in the US right now for me that are a little bit difficult for me to get to, or I would have to charge for a very long time in the middle of my trip, and that's not something that I really look forward to. The second and last con for my Rivian decision is really around some minor quality issues. So I've had some door alignment issues. I had it on my passenger side. I also had it on my driver's side door, just a misalignment, and I had to have them come out to my house and kind of make some adjustments there. So, you know, quality assurance things are still some work to do there off the factory line, which is kind of understood, especially from a new manufacturer. So it's not a huge issue. We've had some tiny recalls as Rivian itself as well. For any of those fixes, people have just come to my house because my closest service center right now is actually in Brooklyn, and they would come and pick my truck up on a flatbed and take it there, or I could go visit the shop itself, but that's really inconvenient for me. So all of my quality issues or recall issues, I've actually had a Rivian tech come out to my house, solve the problem in my driveway or at work, and then they just head on their way. So it's been really seamless from a quality or recall or service standpoint. I haven't had any issues in that sense because they're really coming to me, and that's really convenient. So the minor quality issues, also another con. It's annoying to me that I would have door jam or door alignment issues, but I have had 2 of those instances and they've been taken care of pretty quickly, and it hasn't been a major issue for me at all. In closing, when we're talking about do I regret my Rivian decision, when people ask me that, whether I know the person or whether I don't, it's just some random stranger, I usually answer it in a quick, concise way, and I tell them this is still the greatest purchase I have ever done in my entire life. And even after 1 year and 12,000 miles, I still agree with that. I love to drive it. Driving EVs is a completely different world. It's amazing. I love the look still, and I love the evolution of this truck because it keeps bringing me more surprises. I get more presents every time I get a new update, which I absolutely love. The minor cons of the charging network, because I charge so much at home, doesn't really affect me that much unless I make long trips and I just have to pre-plan a little bit more. And the minor quality issues, they've been less irritating because people have come to my house to take care of them. So the technician and the support from the company has been amazing. So I still absolutely love this truck, and I do not regret the decision to buy it, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. So that is everything for this video. If you like videos like this, or you're looking for other Rivian related content, check out this video here. I do tons of Rivian related videos, and we will catch you on the next one.